If y'all got your cell phones in your pocket, we can turn them off and put them on silent while we're conducting this business. Please. Try to get it up here. I want to introduce personal representative James D. Hardy, 33rd degree, and his wife Nancy. Secretary Richard A. Lowry, 33rd degree, and his wife Jennifer. Wallace Willard, personal representative of the Orient. Harry Gwynn, personal representative of Americus. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry. Rob Gephardt, Valley Treasurer. Venerable Master Tom R. Ross, 32nd degree. Wise Master Royce P. Waller, Jr., 32nd degree. Commander H. G. Nielsen, 32nd degree. We'll forget this next guy. Master of Kadosh, Stephen S. Taggart, 32nd degree. Recognition honoree Brother Hollis Copper. Nick, please up. Please come up.
Brethren and ladies, every reunion at the Valley of Joplin is dedicated to a late brother in tribute to his brotherhood, friendship, and service to his fraternity, community, and fellow man. This reunion is dedicated to illustrious Brother Hollis Newton Cropper, 33rd degree. Brother Cropper was born August 26, 1920 in Door, Missouri to John and Bess Cropper. He spent his youth in the area, and after high school, he enlisted in the United States Navy. He met and married Grace Gwendolyn Atkins, who preceded him in death on January 29th of 2007. After his honorable discharge from the Navy, he went on to college. Brother Cropper taught school in the Door area and later was hired by the Frisco Railroad, where he served as a special agent for 31 years before his retirement. He was an avid sportsman and a St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan. He was a member of Park Avenue Lodge number 362 of Memphis, Tennessee. He received his Scottish Rite degrees in the Valley of Joplin in March of 1970 and was invested a Knight Commander of the Court of Honor on October 17, 1977. He was coronated an Inspector General Honorary 33rd degree for our Valley on November 28, 1987. During his tenure in the Scottish Rite, he was a fixture in the kitchen for 27 years, always offering a smiling face and helping to prepare delicious meals for the members during the reunions. He was especially known for his incredible homemade dinner rolls. After becoming a member of the Scottish Rite, he went on to join the Abbot and Adam Shrine and served as commander of the Legion of Honor in the Shrine. He leaves behind his son Steve Cropper and his wife, as well as numerous grandchildren, nieces and nephews. He was a good man, a great Mason, and a very honorable member of our fraternity. He is truly missed by all those brethren who knew him. Would you all stand for a moment of silence for our brother? Amen. Glory.
We want to thank the Dean Malay for help serve this wonderful meal. That's okay, boy. You don't want to stand up and we're glad for Joplin Chapter, the Dean Malay, Dad, Richard Ward, please come up.
Well, hello folks. Sorry to interrupt your dinner, but thanks for giving us a couple minutes. I'd like to express my gratitude to Richard Lowry and Nick Friedland for all of their help, their advice, their counsel in me taking this position. I mean, truly, I can do that without you. Now, I could explain to you what DEMA is about, but it'd be smarter and more appropriate if I voiced it. I'm sorry, my own minute. So, which one of y'all would like to start? Here we go. Mr. Ukai again.
Banquet is all about brotherhood, fidelity to one another, and trust and respect for the order, for the chapter dads, the advisors. Banquet, I used to think it was just something that you just throw to the wind, throw caution to the wind, and going, nothing to care about really. But now that I've been in it, it changes you in a way that no other organization, I feel, can change you. It changes you for the better. The best experiences with Banquet are probably the times that I get to spend in the chapter meetings with those fine gentlemen over there, and with the ones that aren't here today.
Come on, Mr. Ward.
Well, basically going back to what he said, I can't really explain it any better than him. But this organization has changed my life a lot because I got to meet a lot of new people. I've got to help people all the time, especially you people. I got to basically just help a lot, and I like doing that because it gives me a good feeling inside. That's all I have to say.
Mr. Bell, you ready?
DMLA is just preparing us for the furtherance of manhood and is just helping us. And we don't always just work. We bond together. We have done fun activities together. We have all gone paintballing together. It's just bringing me closer to these guys, and it's wonderful that I get to be with them.
Banquet has been a good experience for me. Overall, the best part to me is helping out with all the experiences of serving and helping with other people. To me, that's fun. The other best part would be helping and getting to know more people.
I would like to say that DMLA has changed my life for the better. I used to think this would be just a group of boys who didn't care much. And now that I've seen what they can really do, and I like helping, especially with the reunions here. I mean, DMLA is a great part of people's lives, and I think to myself, what would I do without DMLA? I mean, some people just don't get it. And other ways. I like these gentlemen, and I like helping people, and that's what this is. It's basically brotherhood, like you guys said, but it's a strong bond that you build with other people. And I would like to thank my dad and mom for enlisting me in this. I mean, I know Dad's not here right now, but this has made me the man who I am today. And I really can't thank the advisors and this chapter enough. Thank you guys and have a great day.
The only thing I have to add to Roland is brothers, the future of our fraternity sits right there. And it's hard for me to comprehend that about a year ago when we first started this endeavor, I thrown 70 young men together, didn't have a clue who they were. They turned into a band of brothers like these guys have. And not only that, they're learning to work, and they have totally amazed me and what they've accomplished. So, the more support we can give these guys, the stronger this fraternity will be. Thank you.
We will have the raffle, 50-50 raffle at this present time. Get out your tickets if you got any. I will forewarn you all. I've got it right here. And I want to tell you something. Them boys give me some hard time up there on that jewelry deal. If I win, I'm going to keep the money.
Well, so far we have gathered up $224, so whoever wins this, they're going to get $112. And in my opinion, that's really good. Yeah. Numbers from left to right: 3, 6, 1, 7, 4, 9. Don't do this. I'm gonna go over and buy your ticket.
I believe this deal is great. Yeah, it sounds awful good. I didn't smell like it. Brother Collins Phil, building representative, preservative fund.
Preservation of our cathedral is an ongoing, constant thought process, somewhat of one of those deep holes you find out. Our cathedral was placed on the National Registry in 1990. Did you know that this building, in its original cost, was $350,000? That being in 1950. Groundbreaking occurred in June 14 of 1950. So we're getting close to a news event, which we plan in the next few years of capitalizing on 100 years of groundbreaking dedication and cornerstone. Footprint of our building, this building is about 110 feet by about 125 feet. 3 stories with a balcony. And just a little small building that they put together for $350,000. Want to dig a little deeper and replace it? $8.1 million in today's dollars. So we have a jewel, and we've got to keep it going. Preservation is most important. Members have established in February of 14 what the members donate, and we've capitalized 10 for 12, which allows the members to donate $10 a month for a period of a year. So we do $120. That funding is producing about $30,000 to date. That money goes through into a 501c3 non-for-profit. So everything that comes in is dedicated to the building. Light bill goes out, probably not that money. You get a major leak, that's where the money goes. Those are the things we do. Members, you will be receiving correspondence. Oh, gee, another letter to read, right? In that will give you some indications of what we do and what we do with the money, where it goes, why we need it, and what we need from you. In just a little bit of money from each of our members, like $10 a month, graduated to all of the numbers that we have, then we see things being repaired when we need to repair them, not allowing other damages to result from the fact that we don't have anything to repair. Thank you.
Brother Webb Edwards, Rite Care representative.
Pretty tough acts to follow, especially over here with the Dean Elect. Great job, guys. To borrow a phrase from Shakespeare, there is no terror catches in your threats, for I am armed so strong and honestly that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. The reason I mention that is new members, as you come back, if you come back for some of these 2-day reunions, and you get away from the class, you're going to find some idle wind out here as you talk to some of the other longer seasoned members, some of which I was sitting with over at the table over there. I keep my head on because my hair gets kind of blown out of position if I don't. But the idle wind has its place because it helps us bond. The idle wind has its place because we just grow together better as friends and brothers. That being said, I hope we don't get a whole lot of idle wind out of the rest of this session right now. talk to you about Rite here, and it's not an idle win situation. Every Masonic organization has its charity that it supports. In the Scottish Rite, it is Rite Care. We have a lot of 501c3s, as Carlin mentioned a while ago, but Rite Care is our charity. With Rite Care, we support children with speech and language problems. I think our personal rep may have visited. Did he mention it to you as a class, the Rite Care? There's a statewide organization called the Scottish Rite Foundation that our Rite Care program kind of branches off from, and we get a lot of support from them. What I need from all of you right now is for you to open your eyes as you move around through your communities. We work with Children's Miracle Network. We partner with them to find people to help. Occasionally, we'll get somebody that one of our members finds, and we get to help. You're all familiar with the procedures for the shrine and how they find crippled children. We ask all of you to be aware if you find somebody, a youth, a young person, and for us, usually it's the very young, that has a speech or language problem, refer them please to the office here, talk to Chris or Richard, and let's see if Rite Care, our organization, can help them become more productive and be able to speak and learn in the way they're supposed to, the way most all of us learned as we were growing up. That being said, I'd like to take a minute and kind of go through the officers and the organization. We have a board of directors, some of which are here. Our president is Dale Roller. He's doing a funeral right now, or has earlier today, wasn't able to be here. He's the president, been very active in the organization for years, and has been the heart and soul of Rite Care for many years. We have Brother Wayne Anderson and Bob Davis over here. You guys stand up. Let me see you. Come on. I don't think we have any other board members here, but some of you remember David Calignan that was here yesterday. He's a new board member. And we have Jim Carpenter. Is there anyone else who I'm missing? And David Appleby. David, you're here. Did I miss you, David? He left. Okay. So he knew I was going to speak. And then Richard is our secretary, and Rob Gebhardt is our treasurer, and Chris Nickel is our administrator. Please keep these people in mind if you need any help or have any questions about any candidates, if you want to make any special donations, if you have any patients that you think we should be helping work through them, we'll be glad to accept any donations. By the way, we do get funds from the sale of peanuts and popcorn, and we appreciate that very much. We also have the Robert Burns Dinner. We have a number of functions that you can all be a part of, and hopefully you'll get more information on this as the year develops. Thanks.
One thing I'd like to add to this presentation, insurance does not pay to help kids with learning disabilities. Very few health plans cover that for kids. And that's one reason it's very important that we keep this Rite Care program going. Besides that, I need somebody to buy popcorn and peanuts. Brother Patrick Stewart, Knights of St. Andrews presentation.
Greetings to all of our guests, brothers. The Knights of St. Andrews. We are an organization of black hats, limited to the black hats. We are at the disposal of illustrious brother Richard Lowry for the reunions. We're the gophers in this place. Illustrious brother Jim Hardy has tasked us with finding things to do for the black hats that are just sitting around there. It's all part of the mentoring and brother-to-brother program to try to make sure that when you guys go through a class and you're looking for something to do, we find it for you. If nothing else, we can find a corner for you to hide in where nobody will see you just sitting there. That brings us to the new class. Welcome, guys. Some of you have already signed up. That's great. We'd love to have you. We have four of our members from last October's class that are actually in the Knights. They've been participating, and they've actually sat in on, you've seen them on stage. They've been upstairs watching the degrees. The ones that needed some help, we put them to work watching that from the stage side. So they've actually seen a couple of these degrees for the first time come on stage. That's kind of the thing we do. We'll find places for you to work and that kind of stuff if you need something to do. The other thing we do is we put on the candidates reception. For anybody that was present last night, thank you. It was a real good time. We had a real good reception. We have a new coordinator for the Scottish Rite Master Craftsman's program. And he's going to try, if you are a current participant in the program, or if you're thinking about it, or if you know somebody that's looking to start a study group, we're going to coordinate that. We can put study groups together. If you need some help, we'll try to get that for you. Brother Mark Johnson, and this is his first reunion after having gone through the class. So everybody give him a hand for stepping up. If you want to go through that program, if you have any questions, rattle our cage. We'll get you what you need to know, and I'll get you in touch with Mark. Thank you all.
Brother Phil Kent, KCCH representative. I'm going to steal some of his fire. If anybody's got any money to donate to Rite here, please bring it up.
Well, first of all, on behalf of the KCCH, I'd like to welcome the new candidates. Welcome to the fraternity. You haven't got much longer to go. Okay. KCCH is primarily exists for raising funds for Rite, so that you know candidates are aware of this. So there's 151 members of the KCCH. What that basically is the next step up from the black hats to wear red hats. And it's people that get into this fraternity, they work hard, they get along. You've had your Master Mason's degree, every one of them, you know the oath they took. And your last on your third degree, and you know the last part of it where it says those brothers that you work with, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what the red hats are. They're brothers that work well with the other brothers in the fraternity, and that's what we do. We go out, we raise funds for Rite there. That's our primary reason for existence. And to date, this year so far, we have come up with about $19,000 in funds for Rite there. These all go to the kids. And if there's anybody else around here that's got any money, I'll be happy to take it from your hands. If you don't see me, see Steve, see somebody. Have you got any money for me? You left it. Wow. Okay. How much money do you have at home for me?
Oh, let me see, somewhere between 3 and 600.
Well, good. Hey, every little bit helps. Let's give this man a hand. Anyway, real quick, because I don't have much time here, but I would like to say this. Guys, get in there and help us find yourself a home. There's a home in the Scottish Rite for you. I work for Orient, as most of you know. Most of you have already come up to Orient, seen me, heard my spiel. But every facet of this organization needs help. And we will be happy to give you a job. That's the fun part of Scottish Rite as far as I'm concerned. the guys that work, we all work together in the wardrobe. I love these guys. We all get along great. We have a wonderful time. Same thing with auditorium. You guys have met the class. You dealt with the class committee. They lead you around, but they also have a good time around you. You have a good time in class. This is what this organization is all about. It's about having fun. It's not just about charity. It's about having fun, getting along, just brother love, relief, and truth, guys. That's all it's all about, and it's just a lot of fun. And there's not a person in this room that I don't just love and cherish, and I hope they feel the same about me. It's just a wonderful organization, and I am so pleased that you had somebody thought enough of you to give you the opportunity to belong to the Scottish Rite, because it just doesn't come to everybody. It was the greatest day of my life to be invited into the Masonic fraternity. I still feel that way after 15 years. I just love it every single day, and I hope you get the same out of it that I did. Thank you.
Well, I guess I'd give anybody a job boxing popcorn if you live in this area. I know you won't help me bag peanuts because I don't live here. And besides that, it's a dirty job. Brother David Maggard and Brother Stephen Etzhart, brother-to-brother presentation.
The words top line signer have a very special meaning to members of Freemasonry. When we sign a petition for someone, we're not only opening the door to that candidate into our brotherhood, but we're also taking on a responsibility to make sure that that candidate is welcome into our fraternity, that they're successful in their goals, and that they find a place within our organization. We all know that membership is important, but we know that fraternity is more important. And it's in that spirit that the Brother-to-Brother Committee developed a mentor's pin to recognize brothers who have exemplified the idea of the top-line signer. The pin is designed from the slide rule of the 12th degree, reminding us to share freely our knowledge with others. And our valley has a very specific list of responsibilities that members have to do in order to receive this pin. And it is our pleasure that we'll be presenting the very first of these pins this afternoon. Illustrious Brother Hardy, if you'd like to present this pin. And could I have illustrious Brother Malcolm Blackburn to the stage?
I told Malcolm he's going to have to play. He's actually giving two pins. And we have another one as well. I want to talk just real quick about our brother guys, and then we'll get this moving. Our brother-to-brother team here, they were fellows. Fellows programs are a real unique program in the Southern jurisdiction. Every other year we select two. I remember we went to Biloxi together. Two guys that didn't know each other. Kind of quiet ride down, but I'm going to tell you, I didn't think they'd ever quit talking on the way back. It was a great time. And you became close. Wonderful. It's amazing what Scottish Rite does. Is John St. Joseph here? I saw him. Yes. Yeah. John and Chris were fellows in the cycle before that. And the fellows program is wonderful. If you ever get invited to be in the fellows program, it's an opportunity that you'd love. All right, with that, Malcolm, I am pleased to present you with our first. This is our first one. First one. Okay. Congratulations.
don't even why Brother Jim Harding even got off the stage. He's the next one to talk to you all. Believe you me, I don't even know how I got this red hat.
What I love about Steve as a master of ceremonies, you never know where this is going to go. Hey, I have a couple things to do. First thing, in Blue Lodges, a lot of times when we have Eastern Star cook or we have a group of guys cook, we make a big deal, invite them all out of the kitchen, thank them when we clap. Last reunion, we got to talk about this, and I says, we have lots of folks that help. In our kitchen crew, I talked to them and said, guys, we're going to thank you, but we're going to thank a whole bunch of other people. They thought that was terrific. There should be a list up there of just a few of the committees that have been involved in making this reunion happen. Go in between degrees, watch that auditorium crew. They're working their butt off. Sound, stage. I can't mention all the people that are involved. You guys have seen them. You should have had a great experience. So thank you to all the people that make this reunion work for you. We have started a program last year. One of the ideas that was kind of put together in that trip from Biloxi, and it's called the Ambassadors Program. And our Ambassadors Program is to have a Scottish Rite ambassador in every lodge in our valley. There are 97 lodges in our valley, 34 counties. We're working on that. Chris Nickel is in charge of the Ambassador Program. And Chris it's hard for him. He throws up before he speaks every time. So we decided to let him sit down here. We have some new ambassadors. I know he's handed out some pins. They get special emails from him. But we kind of decided it might be time to branch out a little. So, yes? Time to take over the world. And Chris, I'm going to get this right. If Chris Runke, did I do it right? Yeah. If Chris Runke would come in, I'll tell you a little bit about Chris as he's walking up here. Chris is from the Valley of Dallas. Chris's father happens to be in this class. And most of you in the class know Ken. But Chris made the trip. The Valley of Dallas is a very strong, large valley, about 6,000 members. They called us when Chris's dad was going to be a member of our class, and they said, we'd like to send a degree team up to help you all take care of Chris's dad. They asked us to move our reunion a week so their degree team could be up here because they're doing degrees this week too. We told them that wasn't going to happen. So they sent Chris. They got for his dad. As we talked to Chris and some of the things that were going on, I showed him this little ambassador's pin. We have a picture of it up there? No. Okay. The ambassador's pin is a double-headed eagle with a swinging clasp hands, a sign of fidelity. We all learned with the first degree. That's our ambassadors. That's our pin. This pin is very unique to the Valley of Joplin. We're the only ones that have it in all of Scottish Rite. So, Chris is our first ambassador. What lodge number?
377.
Lodge number, 377 in Texas. And he is our first ambassador out of our valley, out of our jurisdiction, and we're taking the best. So, Chris, thank you.
To the Joplin Valley, I want to express my thanks and tell you that I take this charge with pride and honor. As my first act, so to speak, as an ambassador, I want to give an open invitation to all of you. Please visit our building. We're very proud of it, and we're open literally every day, and a lot of times on weekends. We have a website that you can find contact information, and if you don't feel like being on the internet, these guys got my number. Call me. Second, I'd like to express my gratitude to all of you in the Valley for making me feel like a true brother. It's been a great experience watching you put on the degrees. To the incoming class, I want to let you know that you, without knowing it, are very, very lucky to be
part of this valley. Joplin is one of the few valleys in the country capable and willing to put on all of the degrees. To the members of this valley, as a fellow traveler looking for master wages and a proud member of this fraternity, and also part of 2 degree teams in Dallas, I know firsthand the effort and dedication it takes to put on a reunion. And my hat's off to you guys. You do an excellent job, and I'm extremely proud that my father is now becoming part of this fraternity, and that's basically it. Hats off to you guys.
Okay, Chad, are you back there by your camera? Okay. Chad back there, if you'll come up here and join me, please. I don't know whether you all realize this, but we're videoing this banquet. Plus, we've had the camera videoing some other things. Pete Nielsen's sitting over there in the last Valley Council meeting. We were talking about ways to document the PMAP program, which we're not going to talk about today because I don't have enough time. But it's a wonderful program. I kind of probably poo-potted a little bit at Valley Council. Oh, they won't let us video. And then as Richard Lowry and I were heading back from Sparta to Joplin, we got talking about people, you know, it's kind of like, hey, we can't video the degrees, but we can video a lot of other stuff. What a great way to document. Man, Pete had a wonderful idea. So I called Pete and said, Pete, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You had a great idea. We're doing it, and we appreciate it. And that's to tell you, never be afraid to give us a new idea. We appreciate them. We need them. We want them. So thanks, Pete. I got Chad up here. He's doing all kinds of things. He's trying to start a club in Carthage. Brand new Scottish Rite Club. I think he emailed 6,000 people. I don't know how many. I think he emailed the whole valley. He's been working hard in Scottish Rite. And we know we talked about the Master Craftsman program. Well, this is a Master Craftsman 1 certificate, which Chad has done. It's a lot of work, a number of hours. How many Master Craftsmen? I know we have Harry. How many in here have? Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's tough. It's a great program. I'm still working on it. I could use some help. So, first of all, let me give you this. Congratulations. Okay. I have a pipe in. This is one of my favorite things, especially there. This is a perpetual membership certificate. Chad gave us $2,000 because he didn't want to wait till next year when it's $2,500. But this is a perpetual membership certificate. He's a member for life. This does a lot of great things. He will never be suspended for non-payment of dues, ever. And then after he passes, we will continue to get the interest money off of what he gave us. And I presented these around the valley in different lodges. You see a salt and pepper shaker up there, I hope. Something's up there. When I presented Chris Nichols' certificate, the first one I ever presented, I said, Chris, you know, after you die, with that interest money, it will take care of the condiments. The interest we get off of your perpetual will take care of the condiments at 2 reunions a year forever. Okay? At Choate, I presented his at Solomon Lodge sometime later, and I asked Ed earlier, I said, Ed, remember what I told you? He says, no, I have no idea. All right, I'm going to tell you what I told Ed. I said, Ed, with your perpetual membership, after you die, you will pay 1 month's water bill for the rest of your life, and every time I use the bathroom, I will think of you. So, Chad, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to think about with your perpetual after you die. Congratulations. Thank you very much. With that, Steve, it's back to you. Or if you want me to go ahead and introduce Jim. Okay. Jim Heitzman, you want to come up and introduce your class? For those people that are placing caps, we're getting close to that part, so you might find out where your person is.
fortunate to have 18 good men, candidates for membership in our valley. Our class of 18 is represented by the president. Please stand, Thomas Eaton. Vice President Robert Curtis. Orator Sean Parks. Secretary Treasurer Michael Allen. And again, I'd like to have the whole class stand and welcome you to the Valley of Joplin. Thank you. I'd like to have the orator, Sean, come out and talk with you all.
Hello, everybody. I was told to kind of speak to everybody when I was told that I was also the orator. It was kind of, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. Just a lot like everything else that we've learned. I didn't even know that existed, and it's kind of cool because I realized when I first got to the lodge, the idea is searching for more light, and I think I might be blinded by it because there's a lot of information. But all kidding aside, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself, and I'll make it short and sweet because we've heard a lot of people come up here and say some really great things. I was an only child. I have no brothers and sisters, and this is amazing because I have brothers now, and it's incredible. I know it's wishy-washy and everything, but to me it means a lot to have people by my side that I already feel are going to have my back when something occurs. And I see it over there. They already are experiencing it, and that's incredible. Hats off to you guys for all the work that you do. And when you guys were speaking, I got kind of choked up because it's incredible. And the people I want to thank are, of course, Harry for the petition to the lodge, Chris Nickel for signing the petition to the Scottish Rite, as well as Jim Gilbert, and to this class for putting up with me, speaking out of turn at times, and showing up late to one of the degrees today a little bit. I appreciate that. And of course, this meal was incredible. Thank you to the kitchen crew. Really appreciate that. And of course, to the whole Scottish Rite, thank you for giving us the opportunity to join this wonderful fraternity. Thank you.
You guys about ready to wear those caps? Okay. Dave, Steve, you guys want to come up here and join me because you're going to take this thing over here in just a second. All the masters, you want to come up here? We're trying different things. We've had one capping ceremony, you're the second one. I kind of ran the first one and it was okay. These guys are running this one and it ought to be beautiful. Okay. Tom, you're up.
I'm going to talk to everyone about the Lodge of Perfection, but first, thank you guys for serving today, for being late, and congratulations to the new candidates. The ancient and accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which is the southern jurisdiction, is organized into 4 bodies. Each body consists of several degrees, and each body is autonomous of the other. The Lodge of Perfection begins with the 4th degree and ends with the 14th. The day-to-day operations of the valley is conducted in the Lodge of Perfection. It pays the bills, signs the contracts for service, and serves as the administration body of the valley. All business is conducted in the Lodge of Perfection. The title of the presiding officer is Venerable Master. A Master Mason on his quest for more light in Freemasonry starts out on a journey. This journey consists of many obstacles, physical, mental, spiritual, which he must overcome. After much searching, he comes to the heart of the mystery and generally finds the item for which he has been searching. During the journey, the Mason is transformed. He is no longer a common man. He has begun to think differently about the world, about his fellow man, and especially about himself. He is no longer satisfied with the things that once satisfied him. The goal of the degrees of the Lodge of Perfection is the building of King Solomon's Temple. The cornerstone of this temple was laid in the first 3 degrees in the Blue Lodge. The building of the temple is a symbol of the building of a happy, enjoyable, rewarding, and spiritually productive life. He has awakened his spiritual nature, and he will never be content to be the same again. Thank you.
I'm going to speak to you today about the chapter of the Rose Croix. The chapter of the Rose Croix is the second of the 4 bodies of the Scottish Rite and consists of the 15th degree through the 18th degree. The presiding officer of the chapter of the Rose Croix is addressed as the Wise Master. The chapter of the Rose Croix is not open because it never closes. The work of the Rose Croix is never ended. Instead of closing, the chapter goes into refreshment. Instead of opening, the chapter returns to labor. The duties of the Knights of the Rose Croix are to teach and instruct the less informed, practice and teach the new law of love as propounded by Jesus of Nazareth, that each man and woman is of worth and dignity, to teach and practice toleration at all times and under all circumstances. One of the duties of the chapter of the Rose Croix is to resume labor for the remembrance and rededication service held on Maundy, Thursday, and Easter Sunday. Today, we hold a remembrance and renewal. This important service is a rededication of our vows and obligations. The purpose of the journey of the chapter of the Rose Croix is to fan the flames that was ignited in the Lodge of Perfection and make it the center of our daily lives and our interactions with others.
Good afternoon, men, ladies. Thank you. I'm Pete. I'm the commander of the Knights Kadosh. The Council of Kadosh is the third of our 4 bodies of Scottish Rite and consists of 19th through the 30th degree. The presiding officer is addressed as the commander of the Kadosh. The material of the Council of Kadosh degrees comes from the traditions of the ancient Knights Templar, and the degrees are generally known as the philosophical and chivalral. Sorry, I knew I was going to screw this up. I told everybody else I was going to screw this up. Philosophical and chivalric degrees. The Council of Kadosh teaches that a Mason should search and find the divine spark within him and to strengthen it until it becomes a flame. The Knights Kadosh learns that all that is required for evil to triumph over good is for good men to do nothing. And all that is required for good to triumph over evil is for good men to always battle for the truth. The Knights Kadosh has been given the tools he needs to live a good, caring, happy, and productive life. He must now learn how to use these tools to discover the identity of the enemies of peace and human liberty, and affirm his role in the ongoing battle for individual freedom. The Mason must now add wisdom and judgment to power.
I'm going to read you or try to tell you something about the consistory. The consistory is the 4th and last body of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite Freemasonry. It is considered, it consists of the 31st and the 32nd degree. presiding officer is addressed as Master of Kadosh. Its history completes the Masonic journey that began as entered apprentice in the first degree in the Blue Lodge. The Mason has learned that thoughts of self-discipline and constant self-improvement and study, he can make a difference in the world. He has learned of the great enemies of human thought and liberties. He has learned not to battle against them. He has been exposed to the monsters of intolerance, superstition, and fear. He has sharpened his skills, learned when to attack and when to defend. He has gained control over his own passion and understanding that thoughts through the works of the great men living on forever, and that the study and preservation of their legacy will lead to a better understanding of the future. When a man can look clearly at himself and understand his strength and his weakness, and work to strengthen both, when a man overcomes the fear of failure, and when a man practices virtue and self-respect and self-discipline in his daily living, when a man has learned there is such a thing as right and wrong, when a man can look into the wayside puddles and see something beyond sin, and then only then can he say that he is a master of the royal secret.
Thank you, brother. We will begin the capping ceremony. Before we start, we'd like to talk about Scottish Rite cap. In the Blue Lodge, an apron is worn as a badge of Master Mason. In the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, a cap is worn as a public badge of the Scottish Rite Mason. The cap is a symbol of a soldier of the empire of intelligence, reason, philosophy, and mind. A similar cap was worn by the English knights, including ancient Knights Templar, and was later military significance by the British regimental soldiers in the 19th century. The purpose and nature of the Scottish Rite cap derived from the tradition of the Hebrew prayer cap. The present cap was adopted by the Supreme Council in 1926. The cap of the 32nd degree is of black silk with a black band edged in gold. In the center of the cap is a gold double eagle. Above the double-headed eagle is a gold equilateral triangle. The cap is considered a part of the Scottish Rite uniform and is not removed when the flag is passing, while saying the Pledge of Allegiance, or the performance of the national anthem. The proper respect of a Scottish Rite Mason displays during these events is placing the right hand over the heart and and during prayer, the Scottish Rite Mason bows his head and places his hands in the sign of the Good Shepherd, which is the left arm folded over the right with the fingers extended and outstretched and touching shoulders.
The fabric of silk has long been revered and prized as the finest of materials. Silk is the thread spun from the gods. No sacrifice of blood is used to produce silk. The ritual suggests that the color black represents the mourning for the wrongs and injustices of the world. The gold band represents the final refinement and purification, the pure light from the sun, and the perfect knowledge from the deity. The double-headed eagle represents the two empires, east and west, or the dual nature of man. It also represents the perfect balance of man and nature, the spiritual world and the material world, the establishment of man's empire over himself. One head also symbolizes our observance of the past, with all of its glorious antiquity and traditions, while the other head looks toward the future, with the anticipation of a bright tomorrow. The equilateral triangle represents the three attributes of deity. the triple essence of man, body, soul, and spirit. The three covenants God made with man. The equilateral triangle also combines the three powers in their deity, the creating, preserving, and destroying powers. Could we at this time have the class stand? And the brother that is there to cap you, if they'll make sure that we get the right hand. Well, at this time, if the brothers will cap their candidates. Brothers, this concludes our banquet, and you're all dismissed. Thank you.